Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday, April 9th school board voting meeting. This time we'll do our call to order, pledge, and moment of silence.
We do have some pledge leaders with us this evening, so if our pledge leaders could come forward. Mrs. Marshall, perhaps you could help them with the microphone. And if you could tell us your name and whose class you're in, and then we'll stand for the pledge with you.
Caden in Miss Goggles' class. Is the class.
November, and I'm from Miss Pearl's class.
Thank you. We can stand and you all can lead us in the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you so much.
Mrs. Faust, when you're ready, go ahead.
Mr. Brookhart.
Here.
Dr. Faulkner. Here. Mr. Garman.
Here.
Dr. Green.
Here.
Mr. Gregg.
Here.
Mr. Hoffman.
Here.
Mr. Reichard.
Here.
Mr. Umbriak.
Here.
Mr. Reichard Jr.
Here. 1.3 minutes, March 5th, 2025, Committee of the Whole. Board will take action to approve the meeting minutes from the March 5th, 2025 Committee of the Whole meeting as presented. Can I get a motion?
Approve the minutes.
Second.
Mr. Brookhart.
Yes.
Dr. Faulkner.
Yes.
Mr. Garman.
Yes.
Dr. Green.
Yes.
Mr. Gregg.
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman.
Yes.
Mr. Reichard.
Yes.
Mr. Umbriak.
Yes.
Mr. Reichard Jr.
Yes. 1.4 minutes, March 12th, 2025 regular board meeting. Board will take action to approve the meeting minutes from the March 12th, 2025 regular board meeting as presented. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Dr. Faulkner.
Yes.
Mr. Garman.
Yes.
Dr. Green.
Yes.
Mr. Gregg.
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman.
Yes.
Mr. Reichard.
Yes.
Mr. Umbriak.
Yes.
Mr. Brookhart.
Yes.
Mr. Reichard Jr.
Yes. That will take us to agenda item 2, board administrative announcements. 2.1, board recognition. I'll turn that over to Dr. Need.
Thank you. We'd like to recognize some of our winter sport athletes this evening. Mr. Ryan, if you could move that ahead a couple slides. So first I'd like to recognize, so in our recognition of student athletes, we recognize our district champions, and we also recognize state qualifiers from our winter sports. So first I'd like to congratulate the varsity boys basketball team. This year they were district champions for the 3rd straight year. So congratulations to our coaches and our basketball players. And then if you move to the next slide, I'd also like to congratulate our varsity girls swim team. They were district champions for the 7th straight year. They also had Jimmy Zhang from the boys team and quite a few members of the girls team who qualified for state competition. I'd like to congratulate Coach Sticklin. Coach Sticklin was feeling under the weather, but she let me know that Anna Hummel was going to speak about swimming. Do you feel confident about that, Anna? If you pull up, I would say, if you pull up the next slide, Mr. Ryan, if that is helpful at all for you. And if you press the button, it'll turn green, and then everyone at home can hear you too, Anna.
Okay, so yeah, the girls team won our district for the 7th year in a row, and the boys got 3rd place. We were also PHAC champions. Boys and girls were, which means we were undefeated throughout the season. I think the boys lost once, but it was out of league. So that was really exciting, and we got a ton of people at states this year, which was super fun. Yeah, and Jimmy he did get a 4th place medal while at States for the 100 fly, which is really exciting.
And he set a new Danville record in that event too, so we'll see Jimmy's name up on the record board. But congratulations on all of those awesome accomplishments and your presence at States.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us. And back to you.
Okay, I'll take us to 2.2 reports. Report from VOTEC.
Nothing to report.
Sam, CSIU.
Yeah, we have another meeting coming up next week. I think I covered most of the big updates. I think last time I talked about they have a new website that's supposed to be more user-friendly. I think that's moved out of the pilot phase and supposed to be able to. It's primarily targeted for districts, so it's easier to navigate what supports and services that they offer. There is, I know the art show is coming up. I know Danville usually has some pretty solid representation in that, and there's commissions, so the artists are paid for those. I've been to that before. It's a really cool event they host, and they put on to highlight that aspect, I think, of student work that isn't always put to the fore of stuff. But other than that, no major updates.
While we're just on CSIU for just a moment, today was the monthly CSIU superintendent meeting, and I'd just like to thank Mr. Kissinger. He was asked to come and speak about our mental health initiatives here in the district to all of the regional superintendents and their special ed directors, and he did a great job.
EITC. Head Start.
I have just a little brief from Head Start. What's coming up for Head Start is the budget session started for Head Start in pre-K. There is no increase in funding for either program. So to save money, we are not replacing the data service assistants. In April.
Okay, thank you. And CS Trust.
None.
That would take us to item 3, the superintendent's report, and we'll go back to Dr. Need for that.
Great. You have enrollment paperwork in your folders, as well as you can see. I try to keep the most recent months, so you can see. We're usually, quite consistent in our numbers, but you can see on that page our elementary numbers K to 5 and where we currently sit. If you go to the next slide, you'll see our CMAVTS numbers as well as our 6 through 12 in-district numbers. If you go to the next screen, you'll see our non-public enrollment report, and you can see those numbers throughout the school year. I am pleased to report that we had a couple specific situations in our outside cyber charters where we were able to invite a family back into the district and had 2 families that are actually no longer in the district. I can't necessarily get into the details, but there was some family hunting going on. So in our main numbers, you will see a decrease in those outside cyber charter numbers, which is important to the district because there is a cost connected with every one of those students. And then that takes us to our administrator board reports, and we can start with the high school.
Okay, thank you and good evening. I just want to bring up one activity that's happening on Monday of next week on April 14th. It affects every high schooler in some way. So what we're going to be doing is right before lunch, we have an altered bell schedule where we're going to meet with our seniors and really walk through all of the end of year type of events, things that are coming up as they're making their way to graduation. So Mrs. Riedler and I will be meeting with the seniors. At the same time, grades 9, 10, and 11, we're going to provide them with what we're calling a schedule preview. So the scheduling process is going very well, enough where we're ready to kind of show them what their schedule next year will look like. So when doing that, we're going to explain that changes will continue to happen, and they're going to have an opportunity to also provide us some feedback on their schedules so we can keep tweaking them. And then as they leave for right before finals week, we're going to provide them with a better schedule for them so they can prepare for the following year. So we're looking forward to that process. Again, that's all happening on Monday, April 14th.
Good evening. As the school year comes to an end, we have a couple upcoming events. There will be officer elections in early May for the current freshmen and sophomores, and the juniors have been planning prom for the last few months. They have completed planning it and have finished selling tickets, and the seniors are still working on end of the year events. And I'd like to say, working as the freshman secretary for student government has been a great experience and opportunity for me. I plan on running again this spring for secretary again and hope to work with you again.
Hey, and as some ongoing and previous things, the freshman class is finalizing the collection of class dues across all the students in the freshman class, and student government had a table when the 8th graders came to the high school, and kind of that introduced them to the potential responsibilities and functions of student government and running for it. And as a bit of a statement, I do plan on running again in the spring, so I look forward to maybe seeing all of you again next year.
Thank you both for being with us and your service to the freshman class.
Thank you, gentlemen. One additional date that's coming up, May 23rd, the high school will be doing their annual senior exit interviews. So if anyone's interested, we invited our OACs from our CTE programs and also any business leaders that we've had contacts with through co-ops and things like that to come in and serve on our exit interviews. So if anyone's interested, please feel free to let me know. I put a Google form out to kind of solicit any volunteers to help us with our panels, and then we'll be doing our LAC meetings after that. So again, anyone that's from the community that's interested, that would be awesome to register.
All right, to the middle school, we'll keep this very short. The only thing I want to highlight is starting tomorrow night, our middle school drama, who were here a few weeks ago to talk about their upcoming production of Persephone. So tomorrow night is the first showing of our of that production. So 6 o'clock tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Friday night, and then there's 2 shows on Saturday, one at 2 and one at 6. So it would be great to see as many members of the community and our school community out there to support our middle school drama students.
So our chorus and band students in grades 3, 4, and 5 put on 3 really awesome concerts last week. We're super proud of their hard work. Just a huge shout out to Mrs. Jordan Haravi, who is our 4th and 5th grade music teacher, and Mr. Carson Witherite, who is our 3rd grade long-term sub in music, just for their hard work and dedication to the program. Like I said, it was a really awesome concert. The kids did a great job. And next month we will be talking about PSSAs.
So at the primary school, I would just like to share, we've been very focused in our department meetings, of course, starting to talk about next year. So a lot of our meetings, it's really neat to see the vertical alignment and discussions happening about what prerequisites we feel we're really solid with grade level to grade level and what we feel like we should maybe spend more time on. And then, of course, working with the curriculum director over the summer to make some tweaks within the curriculum to ensure that we're doing what's best for our students. Another thing that we've really been focused on is schedules going into next year and making sure that we're fluid and that we are providing equitable education depending on the subject level and just having really rich conversations as teams. And culturally speaking, there's a lot going on from now until the end of the year. But I would like to thank Mr. Van Wagner, who's going to be bringing his high school students over to do a presentation on rabbits next week. And I hear that there is a live baby bunny coming too. So we're excited for that.
Okay, just to give you an update, I've talked about attendance all year, but I just wanted to give you an update of where we are right now. So the attendance incentive, we started this school year. Part of our program goals for the next 5 years is to really try to increase our attendance for each child to have an 85% or higher attendance. And so I kind of took the data you see on the front page and compared this year to last year. Last year we did not have an incentive, and we had higher attendance in every month except 2 so far this school year, and have had the 2 that we were exactly even, and only 2 children was the difference. So some months we have a wide range of the increase, so we really have just been monitoring that, looking at that to kind of see if that is helping and improving, and it is, the data kind of is showing at this point that it is, but we will continue that until the end of the school year. Just wanted to improve the attendance. Children who don't come, you know, they lose out on learning, but also it's setting examples for kindergarten and and ongoing, even in work. So just really, some kids get sick, they take a, you know, have off a day or two. It's really targeting the children who have sporadic attendance or miss for no reason. So those are the families that we provide supports. We do home visits and try to really educate them on the importance of attendance and breaking down any barriers that there are why they are not sending them.
So April is autism. April is a disability awareness month here within the district. It started with celebrating autism, and we moved it to celebrating all kinds of disabilities and abilities. And what we are doing in each building is the special ed department is sponsoring a breakfast for each building and then providing facts on the different disabilities that are seen within the walls of our building. And I'd like to thank METS for what they have done for helping us to set it up each morning. And the celebration comes to an end when all of our autistic support rooms are attending Camp Victory on April 30th for World Autism Day.
Just to continue echoing about April, it is the Disability Awareness Month. Our team provided information, as Alyssa just said. I have to say, it's truly an honor to speak on behalf of those that strive every day in a world that's not always designed with them in mind. So this is a month where we get in our department to kind of share what we do with students, get their voices heard, get to talk about what makes them unique. And just what makes them part of our community within the school district and outside in Danville. So I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who's participated in the Dress Down Week this week. It is wonderful to see the seas of colors that are coming in to represent and talk about each of the disabilities that we're honoring. So just thank you for everybody for doing that. And please just don't forget that tomorrow is Orange.
So for the mental health department, in terms of the direct services and sessions that we've provided for students this month, we really haven't seen a change in the services we provided, with the exception of a slight uptick again in some of the emergency or crisis appointments that we've had with students. For professional development, we reviewed some cases related to duty to warn and the law, and we continue with case management on a bi-weekly basis. I did have a meeting this month with Kathy Kashner. She's the crisis intervention supervisor with CMSU, just to, develop a better relationship with them, understand what they offer, what we can do, how we support each other. And I will report that she did say that by far Danville has much fewer crisis calls to CMSU, which makes sense. We have someone in every building providing those services, and hopefully dealing with issues before they turn into crises. And then lastly, as Dr. Need said, this morning we did present to the superintendents at the IU meeting about the great things we're doing in the mental health department and the direction we're headed.
I'd like to just interject for a second because Mr. Kissinger is being humble. Specifically in that meeting with CMSU, they shared that we've had less than 5 crisis calls for the year, and there are school districts that have 5 crisis calls a week. Our mental health team is doing an outstanding job, not only dealing with things when they become a crisis, but with their relationships with students. We're really preventing students from even getting to the point where there is a crisis, so that they can have check-ins, so that they can remain in class and they can be learning. So they were extremely impressed with the work that Artie and his team are doing. So thank you very much.
And I'll just to add to that, as someone who runs a crisis clinic, I think we don't get a lot of business from you guys, which I think is really what we're trying to accomplish. So I mean, just re-echoing what you're saying, but we sit on the hospital side as well.
And I think it's important because when we were starting this initiative, when we were thinking about data, that's a really important piece of data. And when we were working with GHP to talk about coverage in terms of like billable hours, the case we were making is we should prevent you from having to deal with higher need situations
Yep.
with students if we're doing our jobs correctly. And
Yeah,
I
it's
think
less
we're
kids in the
seeing that
emergency
happen.
department, less
Yes.
kids that have to be admitted, less kids that have to be in acute care. I mean,
Right.
absolutely.
More kids in class learning, which is what we're about as a school district. So kudos.
That's the result of multi-years worth of work, so.
It is.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that that initiative actually has made a difference.
That takes us to 4.1.
4.1, public comment, max of 3 minutes for agenda items only. There's that smile in the left to right shake I like to see. So, school property and supplies, 6.1, school and property supplies consent items. The board will take action to approve school and property supply items 6.2 and 6.3. I know you wanted to mention something about 6.3.
Yeah, we would actually, per the solicitor's suggestion, like to table 6.3, so then we'd just be voting on 6.2.
Okay.
The reason for that tabling is just in our current purchase agreement of that land, it does talk about how the land has to be used specifically for field or for athletic purposes. And speaking with Brindy Morton at the borough, they would definitely support us farming it for a year and making that adjustment, but they specifically have their meeting for that next Wednesday.
Okay.
So she'd be willing to send us essentially minutes from that meeting and a written statement that they would approve farming for a year and it wouldn't alter the contract. But we would need that information before we'd be ready to do any voting.
6.3.
Yes. Thank you.
Second.
Or Sadie, were you thinking when I was thinking instead of tabling it, could we just approve it per contingently?
Yeah.
The solicitor
Per their
recommended we
approval?
not do that, but
Okay.
Mr.
Yeah,
Mavis, I don't know
I
if
was
you
just
can-
going to say that Jennifer, who's couldn't be here tonight, but her colleagues here suggested that we not do that, which we normally do, that sort of contingency, but just considering that the deed currently says that the property, the title to the property reverts back to the borough, if conceivably, even if we approve contingently.
we don't want to chance having to give the land back, I guess, until we have information from the borough
So we'll
saying
just
they
table it
wouldn't
then.
do that.
Understood.
Right.
Okay.
I don't think there'll be any problem, but
Yeah, we've made
it's a big gamble, I guess. If there
we've
was.
made positive progress in our relationship.
Right.
We want
Yeah,
to
Brindy
do
was like,
something
"Of
silly
course
to
we'd let you
jeopardize
do
it."
that."
Yes, I
Right,
know.
but-
Yeah. Okay, so
Hopefully that doesn't affect with the planning time, though.
We spoke with the farmer too, and we could add it. So we're going to do a quick voting meeting after committee of the whole for the budget purposes, like we talked about last Wednesday. So we could also add farming to that agenda, and the farmer was amenable to that timeline.
okay, so going back, the board will take action to approve.
Well, we
You
need to
table
take a,
first.
We have to vote on the
Okay,
table.
Vote
sorry.
on the
Vote
table.
on the table first.
so we had Wayne first and Mr. Griggs, who's second? Tyler?
Mr. Umbriak. I
Mr.
think, was
Umbriak.
second.
Tyler.
Oh, Tyler, sorry.
Mr. Garman?
Yes.
Dr. Green?
Sure.
Mr. Gregg?
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes.
Mr. Reichard?
Yes.
Mr. Umbriak?
Yes.
Mr. Burkhart?
Yes.
Dr. Faulkner?
Yes.
Mr. Riker Jr.?
Yes.
Okay.
Now
Double
going
yes.
back, the board will take action to approve school property and supply item 6.2.
Motion.
Second.
Dr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Gregg?
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes.
Mr. Reichard?
Yes.
Mr. Umbriak?
Yes.
Mr. Burkhart? Dr. Faulkner?
Yes.
Mr. Garman?
Yes.
Mr. Riker Jr.?
Yes. Take us to number 7, athletics and activities. 7.1, athletics and activities consent items. The board will take action to approve athletics activities items 7.2 through 7.6. If anybody would like to have anything removed, please speak now or forever hold your peace. When you're satisfied, may I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
SpongeBob's a great choice, by the way.
It should be fun.
Get the kids out. The little
I
kids will
think
love
it'll
it.
get the community out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ready? Mr. Gregg?
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes.
Mr. Reichard?
Yes.
Mr. Umbriak?
Yes.
Mr. Burkhart?
Yes.
Dr. Faulkner?
Yes.
Mr. Garmin,
Yes.
Dr. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Riker Jr.
Yes. Take us to number 8, academic affairs. Board will take action to approve academic affairs items 8.2 through 8.10. Again, same routine, please read through. Anything you'd like to have removed to vote on individually, please speak now. If you're satisfied with what's presented, I have a motion to vote, please.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mr. Reichert,
Yes.
Mr. Umbriak,
Yes.
Mr. Brookhart,
Yes.
Dr. Faulkner,
Yes.
Mr. Garmin,
Yes.
Dr. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Gregg,
Yes.
Mr. Riker Jr.
Yes. Nothing in school and community relations. 10, finance. 10.1 and 10.2 are reports. 10.3 is cash receipt report. 10.4, bills for payment. The board will take action to approve bills for payment for March 7th, 2025 through April 3rd, 2025 as presented.
Motion to pay the bills.
Second.
Mr. Reichert,
Abstain.
Mr. Umbriak,
Yes.
Mr. Brookhart,
Yes.
Dr. Faulkner,
Yes.
Mr. Garmin,
Yes.
Dr. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Gregg,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mr. Riker Jr.
Abstain. Take it to 10.5, finance consent items. Board will take action to approve finance consent items 10.6 through 10.9. Like to have any of them removed to vote on individually, please speak now. If not, may I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Mr. Umbriak,
Yes.
Mr. Brookhart,
Yes.
Dr. Faulkner,
Yes.
Mr. Garmin,
Yes.
Dr. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Gregg,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mr. Reichert,
Yes.
Mr. Riker Jr.
Yes. Take us to number 11, personnel. 11.1, personnel consent items. The board will take action to approve personnel consent items 11.2 through 11.16. Take a moment to look through them. If you'd like to have any of them removed to vote on individually, please speak now. If you are satisfied with what you are reading, may I have a motion to vote.
Uh, 11:10.
I knew it was coming.
Actually, you don't have to remove it. I just want to say congratulations to the passes, which I assume it will. Well, it hasn't been approved yet. Yeah, well, we should vote first.
That would be a better way to do it. There's also someone else I'd like to introduce once we vote.
So can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Brookhart,
Yes.
Dr. Faulkner,
Yes.
Mr. Garmin,
Yes.
Dr. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Gregg,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mr. Reichert,
Yes.
Mr. Umbriak,
Yes.
Mr. Riker Jr.
Yes.
Now we can- now we can clap.
Congratulate him.
Congratulations.
And I would like to introduce the board to Mr. Nash, who's going to be our new data services specialist. So congratulations, and we're excited to have you in the district.
You have big shoes to fill.
He's going to do a great job. I have no doubt. We were very impressed in the interview. So welcome to the Danville family.
Move us on to number 12, policy and insurance. 12.1, policy and insurance consent items. The board will take action to approve policy and insurance items 12.2 through 12.8. Take a moment to read over them when you are happy with what you're reading. Have a motion to vote, please.
Motion.
Second.
Dr. Faulkner,
Yes.
Mr. Garmin,
Yes.
Dr. Green,
Yep.
Mr. Gregg,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mr. Reichard,
Yes.
Mr. Umbriak,
Yes.
Mr. Brookhart,
Yes.
Mr. Reichard Jr.
Yes. Takes us to item 13, transportation, 13-1, 2024-2025 bus driver list. The board will take action upon the recommendation of the superintendent to approve the bus driver list for the 2024-2025 school year as presented, pending the receipt of all required clearances and documentation. I have a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Garmin,
Yes.
Dr. Green,
Yep.
Mr. Gregg,
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman,
Yes.
Mr. Reichard,
Yes.
Mr. Umbriak,
Yes.
Abstain, sorry.
Sure, written down.
Mr. Brookhart,
Yes.
Dr. Faulkner,
Yes.
Mr. Reichard Jr.
Abstain. This brings us to 14, board concerns and items for next meeting agenda.
I want to bring up one thing real quickly. The Education Foundation just passed on a first reading, and eventually we're going to actually have to put that in practice, what it actually means, how we're going to put money into it, and how we're going to reach out to the community and maybe even outside of the community. We should start thinking about that, and what I know taking a lead and really appreciate what you've done. It's a lot of work. I know it's taken us a lot of time to get it going, but you can create some alternate sources of revenue. I know that several districts in the region have them. I know Milton's done capital campaigns. I think Williamsport, Columbia. You get into things like advertising, naming rights. If we don't want to do those because we're philosophically opposed, I understand that, but we should at least have the discussion to make the decision of whether we want to do it or not. And there are a lot of ways to go out and find outside entities, whether they be businesses or individuals, that want to work through this to get tax credits and start those discussions sooner rather than later. Thanks, Lance.
Anything else? Is it safe to say we can go to 15 then? Public comment, max of 3 minutes. Not seeing any public comments, so that would take us to number 16, which would be adjournment.
Motion.
We're out of here. Have a good night, everybody.